This video falls under fair use. Fair use allows commentary, criticism, and reactions. What's up, back with another one. So today, I'm gonna show you this clip of DJ Paul and Lil Jon debating. Check this clip out.
All my ad libs, I know that.
Because you're the face of Crunk, but to me, I would say 3 6 Mafia are probably the
So that's another argument going
okay.
around. It's an argument that says Memphis started Crunk. Here's what I will say. We in Atlanta, you couldn't be in Atlanta in the 90s and not be listening to 8-Ball MJG.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't be riding around not listening to Master P.
Mm-hmm.
Master P changed the landscape of
the South.
Yeah. Period.
That's right.
He was the first one that really got us rowdy. I would say it was Master P. It started with bass music, as we know. And all I was saying, I didn't never say Master P started Crunk. I said Master P basically changed the energy of the South. Because when Master P came, I was DJing. Yeah. Remember the 559 in Atlanta?
Yeah, of course.
I used to DJ at the 559. It was all bass music. And I remember when Master P came out, when that Bout It hit, it was no more bass music. Mm-hmm. It killed bass music. It was done. And all I was trying to say was that was when, from my recollection of Atlanta, because I don't live in Memphis, because that's what Memphis is coming at me for. They was like, we've been crunks and this came out and this. I was like, I'm thinking, I wasn't in Memphis. We didn't know Memphis records like that. We weren't really.
I mean,
in the
y'all knew Memphis records. Y'all knew
not
Memphis
in the
records.
club. In the club.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I'm not talking about in the cars. Let's talk about what ran the culture of the nightclubs.
All right.
And I want to add this to everybody on the internet. If you wasn't 21 in the 90s, you can't get in this conversation.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the whole thing started from kids.
Right. Because we know what it is. We've been friends for 25-something years.
Yeah.
I always pay homage to 3 6 Mafia.
Yeah,
and the first I say is Ball and G, who was the godfathers of
Yep, all the OGs in Atlanta always show love to Memphis and always talked about that. Always talked about from Mike, I can Big Boy from Outkast, I can go for days. It's always like, man, 3 6 Mafia, that Crunk, they always, gave us our credit, but it was like the kids didn't know it. I get it.
Right.
I get it.
That's why we have to get on and talk about it. And
but this is what people not realizing. A lot of people confused because they saying, who created Crunk, this and that. And I was telling people, it's not even about the word crunk.
Right.
Memphis is not claiming that we was the first people to use crunk. We never used that. The overall, what the conversation was about is the style of music.
Right.
Like Jazzy Face said on the evolution of hip hop, the directional music, like hit 'em up, tear the club up, do this, do that. The music that hypnotized minds and made you destroy some shit.
Yeah.
That's what 3 6 Mafia came up with. Can we agree on that?
I'll give you that. And I'm going to give you
that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about crunk. Like, we wasn't the first people to say the word crunk. We were saying get buck. We were saying buck.
That's what I said on the Breakfast Club. I said Memphis was get buck. And I even gave y'all further credit because I can't put y'all in that. Y'all have y'all own distinct I was like, because he was like, well, what do you call 3 6? I was like, they distinct. They are in their own lane from what they created. And to even give further more context to what you saying, I was talking about, like I'm talking about the clubs, right? The influence of the nightclubs, like I said, in Atlanta, Master P changed the energy. Right? And then at the same time, we was like, we can go back to like lay it down. Was tearing the club up to lay it down. And then when 3 6 Mafia, that's also what I was saying, when Tear the Club Up 97, that's when I remember really getting on 3 6 when it hit a mother It was around that time too?
97.
Yeah. See, that's when Atlanta got, from me, I remember, that's when we really was like, oh, these is crazy. And it changed the energy also and made people want to make music like that because you had the club. That's what people have to understand. When you own the club, you influence everybody else.
Yeah. So to speak on that, I get what you're saying now because you're looking at it as the aspect of you DJing in the clubs.
Yes.
But you got some other people like Mike or whatever that speak on in Atlanta in the streets. So the difference, well, I see what you're going with it. The difference is in the streets, Atlanta has heard all of the old 3 6 Mafia cassette tapes. Yeah. Like tear the club up from 93, 94 when it was just Paul and Lord Infamous, when it was a song about me talking about a situation I had got into it with. You know, it wasn't even about a club. It was about a fight.
What's up? So what are my thoughts about this? Here's the thing. This whole moment was fun to watch, but underneath the jokes and laughter, there's a bigger point being made. Crunk music mattered, and it still matters. What DJ Paul and Lil Jon did, each in their own lane, helped shift the sound of hip-hop in the early 2000s. Crunk wasn't just a genre, it was a full-blown energy. It brought a raw, aggressive, hyped-up feel to clubs, radio, and even mainstream records, and the South finally got a seat at the table in a major way. You had folks from all regions turning up to the same sound, whether it was 3 6 Mafia's dark beats or Lil Jon's anthemic hooks. The debate about who started it is cool for conversation, but the bigger win is that both of them helped build a sound that opened doors for a lot of artists. You don't get the rise of trap, turn-up culture, or even certain EDM elements in rap without Crunk laying that foundation. And the best part of this exchange? It showed that two pioneers can joke, challenge each other, and still show mutual respect. That's something hip-hop needs more of. It's okay to debate and laugh and remember the roots, because when it comes down to it, Crunk music wasn't just loud, it was legacy. Okay, so drop a comment, smash that like button, and make sure you subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next video.